So we shifted. And it's not that we shifted a little bit, because that's what happens daily. We shifted so big through August, end of August, September, October, that our tools are no longer working. And that can be very subtle, right? Even me, this is not my first looping around this type of pattern. And I didn't quite get it, because for me it was social media. And it kind of showed up as this allergic reaction or something. Like I can't stand the space. Just everything. Reading the posts or creating content, even though I'm always trying to be as authentic as I can, right? To not post what I think people want to hear. I try to post what is coming through. So even with that, in fact, especially with that, there was this clash between me being in that space, doing my thing, and the space. And actually, with that, if you're looking for a different space, I did end up creating groups in the back of my website. So you can create a login and have access to these groups. I have 3 tiers, just a general one, which is free for anyone interested. And then I have the stabilizing one, the anchor, where we're working on nervous system stuff to stabilize that, and then the builders group. But the next layer that I'm now starting to see clearly is people are saying things like, I think I'm going to cancel my therapy session. It's just not working really that well. Yes, yes, this is something to celebrate, because therapy is great, and that's where I started. That's what taught me how to do my own introspection. It taught me the emotional language, how to understand, how to name the things, how to work with emotions from a neutral space. So it's great. But there comes this phase on that beginning part where you're not even looking for relief anymore. You're looking for something even beyond that, something even deeper. So when those reflections started to come in, I started to really pay attention, right? Because it's like, what's going on? Like, why am I seeing these expressions of people being done with their tools? The next layer that I'm seeing is this confusion of people who have figured it out. People who have their stuff together, or they used to, people who were focused, they were leaders, they had their tools so honed in, and their tools, they were both their strategies and their actual handy tools, right? And their tools were their alignment. It was that which opened doors. It was that which they could come back from a really stressful everything life, let's just say, and they would find their center. When those people started to be confused, me included, and I didn't catch it, that's when I understood that we're moving into such a level of depth from this structural process into tonal harmony. right? We're looking for attunement now. We're looking for a stillness that we don't have quite the language to name or to know how to call in. It hasn't quite been defined yet. But the resonance and the, what do you call it? The craving is there without being able to name it. And in most cases, this causes a confusion that is very unsettling, right? Because you're going from a person that knows themselves, a person that really knows how to move about, to a person that it feels like they lost their intuition, that compass that they could just tune in and know what to do. And what I'm here to say is that this is a beautiful spot because it shows how great of a leap we actually took over these 2 months or so. Because this is, even though it feels, I get it, I understand how it feels and how it lands in the body, and heightened anxiety that's huge everywhere where I turn. It's like this anxiety is coming up. Yes, because the whole process, especially in those who have been doing the work for years, the process has changed. The process is that we are embodying the frequencies first. And then this embodiment starts to show up from the inside out through emotional tension, typically, because here you have your current process, your habits, your world, you got it stabilized enough. And then comes this other tone that's underneath that saying, I'm not that anymore. So it's creating this emotional tension, and it's creating this confusion because of the emotional tension that is, in many cases, not clear, right? So you're in this tug of war. And if you're like me, you push harder with the breath work, with the meditation, with the introspection, right? Like, if it's not working, it's because I'm not going deep enough. So, and that's one way to go about it. It leads to exhaustion. And I'm not talking about fatigue that you can recover in a weekend. You just sleep it off on a Saturday and you feel refreshed. No, it is a fatigue in sometimes that helps, but it's deeper. It's almost like it's a cellular fatigue mixed in with this constant buzzing, a resonance, because that's exactly what it is. It is a nervous system recalibration that is going on that can only be solved, or in how I perceive it. I don't know. There might be, multiple solutions to this. But where we're at is this space of stillness that now it seems that our bodies are ready to move into. And this is a space where we have to tone down the internal healing, the internal figuring it out, the internal getting, the internal reaching for solutions. This is the space where we're becoming more and more comfortable with the not knowing the strategy more than one day ahead and being perfectly okay with that. It's a place of inner trust that is continuously becoming. It's a place of curiosity because it's almost like I'm looking forward to see who I become 2 days from now. And I'm okay with that. So the nervous system, our personality, our egos need to be held in this place of nurturing, lots of hugging, that it's okay. That it's okay that we don't know. It's okay that we're struggling. It's okay that we don't have the answer, again, past tomorrow. Deep breath in. And a big exhale, just like that. Because it's almost like the you who have already become is now holding as a frequency that is still stabilizing, but it's holding the other parts of you who are struggling. And those parts, 90 whatever percent of the time, they don't need another solution. They don't need another 10-step program. They don't need noise, because that's what, unfortunately, or fortunately, the old tools are now. They're noise. Because simply physics, the frequency doesn't jive with this, the new axis. If you want to practice, I offer a free alignment on Thursday nights. Check out my website, my events. It's part of the Enter the Field at the bottom. That's a really nice entry place, is spaces like this of attunement. Places where tools are no longer defined with clear edges within boundaries. How does my body do in those type of spaces? Check that out. And from there, your body can become that hermit, right? The one with the lantern. And it will self-guide you, because that's what truly is happening. We're entering self-leadership. There's no more teachers. There's no more abdication from this. I cannot afford to give my power away to somebody else in return for a solution. Because, well, again, this authenticity, this sovereignty that we're stepping into, even though we're at just the slight edges of it, but it's stabilizing already. That's the new part. It's within the nervous system. It's all about the mechanics of the body. How does the nervous system work within the psyche, right? The persona, because the embodiment is happening at a faster level of the integrative process that we allow. An allowance is simply celebration. the celebration of this not knowing and being okay with it. It's a maturity. It's a spiritual maturity. We're finally empty enough, free enough, truly to celebrate. Sometimes we just need a reminder that this is a celebration. And I can take a break. If I can't quite stop from pushing myself from this performative willpower generation, maybe I can just pause every once in a while, right? And try out something different and see how I do. I call that celebration. So yeah, I see you. I celebrate you. And thank you. Thank you for sharing this space with me.